Hello, all you beautiful people. As usual, please don't suggest fusions in the comments. If you'd like to vote on the next Fuseday Tuesday, please just go in the description where you can find a poll to the next one. Host this week is Ametrine. Yay. So, hello everybody, back again. Woohoo, I was actually a little scared this week because I've been having issues with my tablet for my computer. It won't charge, and it's a long story. I'm not surprised because I was having issues with it charging before, and now it's just completely stopped working. So yeah, I spent the whole week avoiding drawing anything with it anything on my computer with it, just to save it for the Fuseday Tuesday, because I knew that I didn't want to do it on my iPad because I considered doing it on my iPad, but I thought just that'd be too weird and just way too weird to figure out for me, really. So thankfully I got it done. Hopefully I will have a new tablet by this week, by the weekend, and if not, then we might not have a Fuseday Tuesday next week. But it'll all, for now though, we got a fusion, so it's all well and good. Also, I do want to apologize if my voice sounds a little bit weird. It probably sounds weirder to me than it does to you guys, but I'm not really sick necessarily. It's spring. I got my sinuses acting up, so yeah, if my voice sounds weird or if I just sound tired, I apologize. Sinuses are acting up, so got a stuffy nose and everything else. So yeah. But anyway, so Topaz and Ametrine fusion. I was very excited because I wasn't expecting this one. I wasn't really expecting much of anything. I was a little worried that Quartz was gonna win because I saw that name jump around a few times, but he didn't even get anywhere close. It was Ametrine all the way. So yeah, I was pretty excited though because I like Ametrine a lot, and I know she's gonna be a challenge to fuse anytime I fuse her because she's got a very weird design and she's got some funky colors. So I thought I was excited. This was fun. And shockingly, the design wasn't as hard as the flippin' colors. The colors were a pain. I think I probably should have chosen a brighter gem possibly, but I don't know. The gem I picked, you won't be able to see it till the end this time, and I'll explain why in a second. But the gem I picked was fluorite, and my logic behind this, and I probably should have picked a better gem with colors, but like the reason I picked a purple and green gem for this one was because I sort of evaluated in my head how it would look, and I thought, okay, Topaz is blue, Ametrine is like pinkish purple and yellow, and I was thinking, okay, well, Citrine's like orange and yellow and dark red, and then Amethyst is white, silvery white, purple, black, that kind of stuff. So I thought blue and purple would probably make another shade of purple, bluish purple, and then yellow and blue would make green. So I thought purple and green made sense to me, so that's what I did. And I rather like how it came out. But again, like the colors were weird though. I probably should have tried finding a more saturated purple and green gem, but what can you do? I need to stop using so many colors from the gem. I mean, it's always nice, but I don't think you should always have to use the gems, because I mean, if you look at the show, all of Amethyst colors aren't taken directly from her gem. I can tell you that right now. Neither is Pearl's, but anyway, enough of my ramblings there. So, what's interesting about this one was because I was so desperate to save as much battery of my tablet as possible, I decided to do the little couple dance, quote unquote, thing on my tablet, on my iPad Pro, and I honestly really like how it came out. And part of me wonders maybe I'll do that for the rest of them because I liked how it came out, and I think it might make things a little bit easier in the long run. But I don't know. Ametrine was funky to do there because the thing is about and I've done other multicolored gems for the fusions, but there's always like that one color you can kind of pick, and it just sort of, you still kind of feels like them, you know? Like for Born, I picked purple, even though she's rainbow colored, because her hair was purple, and that was a very bright aspect. For Pearl, I picked that sort of pale turquoise-ish, bluish, greenish color, just because that's what her shirt is, so it's pretty recognized. It still works. But the thing about Ametrine is she is perfectly, like almost exactly 50-50 yellow and purplish pink. So I was like, well, this is a problem. So I ended up going with like what 4-5 colors or whatever. So yeah. But I like how that little thing turned out. I think it looks cute, although I think they could make Topaz a little too big, but I don't know. I like it. But this fusion was super fun though to draw, because it's a lot different than a lot of the other fusions I've done. I think, at least, there's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. I think a lot of the fusions I've done remained relatively stable looking, and stuff like that. So this one, of course, like in my mind, although Topaz and Ametrine get along just fine, uh, Topaz is a reckless little ball of energy, and Ametrine's strong ant mom, and not to mention that Amethyst is pretty out there. She's a true famethyst. Let's just put it like that. But so I imagine something a little bit more unstable looking, which I hope I accomplished. I was tempted on making this a four-legged fusion, because I hope to do one of those someday, but I'm kind of waiting for the right fusion, I guess. And I've debated it, but then I realized that I think Topaz is just not powerful enough, so to speak. Four-legged fusion. I don't know, maybe that's just my own opinion, but I imagine a lot of Topaz's fusions would be a lot more low-key, because she's just not as powerful a gem as a lot of the others are. But I do think I accomplished a sort of unstable look to them. I guess you could say that Sugalite was kind of the unstable I was going for, I guess, would be the best way to put it. But the colors were a challenge, though, because it was a lot. I was pretty, I think, a lot more restricted to where I could put colors, because what I wanted to do was wherever there was on Ametrine, wherever there was purple or pink, I wanted that to be where my purples and my dark purples went. Where anywhere there was yellow, that's where I wanted the green to go. So it became a weird challenge of figuring out where they looked best and stuff like that. But I do think I accomplished it. I would like to think I accomplished it. I think maybe, I know some people said like a long time ago, and I've gotten better at fusions over time. Like I look back at my earlier fusions, and some of them I look at, I'm like, ooh, I'm tempted. Some of my fusions, I look at them and I think one day I'm gonna redo those, because I don't really love how some of them turned out, I think, after looking back on them. But I know one issue I had with fusions a long time ago was I had a hard time merging their outfits together rather than just throwing them on top of each other like a Steven fusion would, so to speak. And this one I think looks a little bit more thrown on toppy, I guess, but in my mind it still kind of worked, because if she is to be more unstable, I imagine that her outfit wouldn't look totally uniform, I guess. But I still really love how it came out. I felt rather clever for putting the arms on the hips, because of the way Ametrine's little, what is it even called? It's like a skirt thing, but it's not even really a skirt. I don't really even know what it is, but it's alien stuff. How should I know? But yeah, so I actually recorded this in about like 3 parts, and like the sketch took like 20 minutes, the line work took about 20 minutes, or not 20, like 28, as did the sketch, took about 28, and then the coloring took about like 40. The coloring, I find coloring a challenge with most things. Like I love colors and I love using colors, but whatever I have to like step out of my comfort zone, it gets kind of challenging. It's not, if there's one thing I'm really bad at, it's just picking color palettes for things. Like once I find it, it's cool, I'll roll with it and it will only get better, but like, geez, like, anytime I make a character for the first time, I'll spend a good hour trying to figure out the perfect color palette because I'm the kind of person I don't want really typical colors for things. And so it's like I don't know. It's weird. I think of anything. If anything, I think I'm really terrible at picking good color palettes for things. Sometimes, I mean, I think once I find a good one, I get too attached to it. But I'm rambling. I'm sorry. It's been such a long 2 weeks. I've been so tired, man. I've been so tired. But yeah, I thought this turned out nice, and I mean, you could kind of tell that I kind of was trying to be a little bit sneaky with the hair by making it just kind of look frizzy, kind of, because I mean, that's how I imagine it looking at frizzy, but I only put so many lines in there. You can kind of tell I was cheating just a little bit so I didn't have to use up all my battery, but I don't know. Anyway, I really like how this one came out, honestly. I love. I think I wish it would have gone quicker with the colors, but honestly, I like the colors in this one. I know that's rare for me to say, but I honestly like how the colors came out with this one, and I like how the design came out. Maybe it looks. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it looks just a little bit too much like Ametrine and not enough like Topaz, but at the same time, I like. I mean, then again, like I've seen that done with other fusions as well. I mean, look at Garnet. She obviously looks a lot more like Ruby than she does Sapphire. So I personally think that some fusions they look more like one gem rather than the other. But I don't know. I mean, that's up to you guys. Could tell me what you think. Do you think fusions sometimes look more like one gem than the other? Or do you think that they should aim for the middle as much as possible? I'd love to hear your thoughts, honestly. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Tell me your opinions, your likes, your dislikes in the comments, and make sure to go vote on the next one. The host this week is Ametrine, cool ant fusion mom of the rebels. Yay! So, anyway, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video, whatever it is. Zodiac out.